Hello people, today's video is going to be another foundation review video. I've done like one recently, but there's just another foundation that came out that I wanted to try. So as you can tell from the title, it's the Milani Stick Foundation and their new concealer. They did used to have one, I think it was like in a squeezy little tube, and then it had like the little sponge on the end. I really liked that concealer, I just didn't like the packaging of it. We've got new stuff to test out, foundation stick concealer. I'm doing a full wear test, so we're gonna do some check-ins throughout the day. So if you want to see a first impressions and a wear test on the foundation stick and the concealer, then make sure you are subscribed and give the video a thumbs up too. And just keep watching. So I've just pulled up the foundation on Beauty Bay. This is what it looks like. It retails for £14. So it's just come onto the Beauty Bay website. We didn't have this foundation or concealer in the UK before then. I'll just read quickly what it says. It says, Milani's full coverage creamy foundation stick blends seamlessly to cover imperfections and even out skin tone. The weightless stick delivers a natural matte finish and lasts up to 12 hours, and it's available in 20 shades. It's transfer and water resistant, and it contains bamboo powder to absorb oil and lily extract to lighten the looks of pores. That sounds really good. It's vegan and cruelty free as well. I'll read the notes for the concealer when we get onto that. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my Emani primer to just prime my skin. So the shade that I got is 250 Sand Beige. It looks okay when I applied it on my hand anyway, so as always I'm going to do the same thing. I'm reviewing or like trying out a new liquid foundation or a stick. Gonna do the same thing. I don't actually try stick foundations that much. I don't usually like them that much just because I find them a bit hard to blend and most of them are a bit matte and I don't usually like that, but we're gonna try it anyway. I'm just gonna start to... Oh, it's full coverage, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't have done that much. Oh wow. I'm just gonna do half, I guess. I guess I'll do the brush side. Just gonna tap it in. Seems to be blending really easily actually. Okay, that looks okay. It looks very natural actually, which I feel like a lot of foundation sticks look like foundation. So how many strokes did I do? Like 3 I think on my cheek. It's blended out really nicely actually. It really looks very natural. Which I know it claims to be full coverage, but I'm kind of liking this. So let's try the other side. Same. I'll do like what I did in my last foundation video, and I'll like do one layer on this side, compare them, and then we'll go in and add a second layer. So I'll blend this side out with a sponge. I'll try and do like the same one I just did. Start to blend it. So I'm just going to use a sponge. I feel like it's a tiny bit harder to blend with the sponge. I feel like I'm having to like kind of swipe it a bit, and I feel like I'm kind of pressing a little bit harder with the sponge. I feel like, to be fair, I feel like most stick foundations are best blended out with a brush because it will kind of blend it a bit more harder, but in a soft way, if that makes sense, because it's a brush. But this, I feel like I'm kind of like pounding on my face a bit. It looks the same. I feel like I haven't got less coverage with the sponge, which is usually the case. You usually get more coverage with a brush, in my experience anyway, but it looks the same, I would say. Let's go in with a second layer then. I'll just do like 2 more stripes on each side and 1 on the head. It's not like super hard to blend out, but I feel like if you're just really in a rush and using this foundation, I think a brush might do a bit better. I feel like this is really buildable because it still looks very skin-like. I'm really liking this actually. I hope this holds out throughout the day because I'm liking it. I'm just going to start to blend out the other side. I think I really like this as a first impression. Okay, so I'm feeling the foundation. I'm kind of liking it. So, also it gives like a nice kind of satiny finish. It's not like completely matte, so I like that as well. Let's get up the concealer and just read a little bit about that quickly. Also, can we just with my phone case? Sebastian the Crab. The best. So the concealer retails for £12, so it's £2 less than the foundation stick. Get 0.17 fluid ounces, which is 5 ml, and the foundation stick is 0.46 ounces. I don't know what that is, but it's 13 grams. I don't know if that's a lot, honestly, I'm not bothered. So it says a full coverage concealer, the creamy full coverage and water resistant conceal and perfect long wear concealer disguises skin woes and lasts up to 12 hours. Perfect for covering under eye dark circles, blemishes and skin discoloration. It's available in 18 shades, and the hard-working formula is infused with vitamin E to help replenish the skin's moisture. And again, vegan and cruelty-free as well. Alright, that sounds pretty good to me, so let's go ahead and do this. So the shade in the concealer I got is 140, which is pure beige. I feel like this is the tiniest bit grey compared to the foundation. I mean, well, I don't know. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Do a brush and sponge. This is actually quite light. I thought this was going to be a bit darker. This has got good coverage. This has got really good coverage actually. I thought it was going to be a lot darker than that. That's actually worked out pretty well. Can barely see. Like, look at the difference. Whoa, that's just got rid of that. Wow. Okay, so I'm not going to set it straight away. I know I'm going to crease. I know I will. But I just want to like compare it to when I blend it out with a sponge. Oh, this has got really good coverage. It really makes it really, I feel like it really does blur your skin a little bit. It looks really, really good, like around my cheek area. So this is obviously the sponge side. Honestly, I feel like there isn't that much difference. Probably a tiny bit more coverage on this side, but honestly that looks really good. You can tell like a significant difference with a brush and a sponge side, for me anyway. But honestly, there is not much difference. I've got creasing already, that's just pretty normal for me. So I'm just going to set my under eyes super quick. I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Okay, so I'm just like powdering where I usually do, which is obviously my under eyes. I've like plonked a lot of powder on my lids as well. And then just kind of on my nose. And I'm just going to let it just sit there for a few seconds. That's usually what I do with any powder, to be fair. I'm going to pat away that powder. It looks pretty normal, to be fair. I don't know, I feel like, you know when it said that it kind of blurs out the pores a bit, or it just, whatever it said about the pores, I feel like my cheek area, it just looks extra, like, it looks a bit blurred, which is really, really weird. I don't usually get that. Or I forget. It's 1:30 right now. I don't know if you can see that properly. I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup, probably film another video quickly, and then I will be back and I'll show you what's going on with my face. Okay, so my makeup is all done. Everything looks good. Like, seriously, I'm really liking it. It looks really nice. Everything blended really nicely on top. I used powder bronzer and powder blush. And highlight, actually, everything was powder. Everything went on really nicely. When I set my face as well, I didn't use the loose powder to like set like my cheeks or anything. So I just did that so then I could see how the bronzers, blushes, everything like that blended on top of the foundation, see if it stuck to it or anything. Nothing looked patchy, nothing like, it's just, we're all good. So yeah, we've done a time check and everything, so I'll give you one last close-up and then I will check back in later in the day and see how everything's holding up. Also, yeah, before I go, my under eyes haven't actually creased like after I just set them, and like I didn't really bake, I just left it there for like a few seconds and there's no creasing or anything, so that's really good. I don't have my phone. Oh, I've got my watch that I can show you. So it's 5:50 right now. This is the most awkward thing to do. So as you can see on my watch, it's almost 6 p.m. My makeup's lasted pretty well. I've been outside, it's really hot today. So I've been in the sun for a bit. I haven't even touched up my lipstick or anything. Like, this has been on, I've eaten food, I've drank. I literally feel like I look the same. I don't think I'm shiny or oily, anything like that. My under eyes really look nice, if I must say so myself. It still feels very comfortable, it doesn't feel like sticky, tacky or anything like that. And it just doesn't look like I've got a crap ton of foundation or makeup on my face, which I really like. But obviously it's almost 6 p.m. I'm just going to see how long I can keep this on for. I'm probably going to get an early night. I have to be up very early tomorrow, so I don't think I can do like a crazy wear test, but I'm 100% going to be testing this foundation out more. But seriously, like even like around my cheeks, that you can't see any pores or anything like that. Okay, I'm back. It's 8:55 currently p.m. obviously, so that's an okay wear test, I guess. I wouldn't say I'm oily or anything, like I can't feel, skin still feels the same. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna wear this tomorrow when I'm like got a long day, see how it goes. But as a first impression, and as, what time did I do it? About 1 p.m. or 2, 6-7 hours maybe that I've done today. I've been out in the sun as well and everything's looking good. So I do actually really like both of the products. I would say with the foundation stick, you know what, with both of them to be fair, I just prefer the finish when I blend them both out with a brush. With the foundation, I feel like you can use a sponge, you get equal amount of coverage, but I just think that a lot quicker to blend it out with a brush and it just blends it out a bit more nicely. Yeah, as far as creasing goes, I literally have no creasing under my eyes, which sometimes with some concealers I do get. Recently I've been testing out that Tarte creaseless concealer. If I don't bake with a powder when I use that concealer, I will crease, and it creases quite bad on me, and it's called the creaseless concealer. So the fact that this hasn't creased and I didn't bake for that long has made me really happy. So I'm definitely going to be reaching for this concealer more. Yeah. That is pretty much it for the video. If you've tried this foundation and the concealer, please let me know. I'd love to know what anyone thinks about it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.